What's up, everyone? I'm here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada for Elimination Chamber, and after my wild predictions on Monday, which I think are very wrong at this point because we got new women's tag team champions in Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I thought maybe Liv Morgan was going to win the Elimination Chamber. That seems like it's out the window now. So I figured, you know what? Let's do last minute predictions right here. Why not? Now, obviously, I am here at Elimination Chamber, so if you happen to be going to the show as well and see me there, be sure to say hello. But let's kick things right off with the women's Elimination Chamber because I think out of all the predictions that I did, this one was the one that was very incorrect. Obviously, we got new women's tag team champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. After they won those titles, I think Liv Morgan winning that Elimination Chamber it's done. It's not happening anymore. But there is somebody else in that match who I think has a really good chance now of winning. Her name is Bianca Belair. Now, okay, I know there's a lot of stuff going on with Bianca right now and Jade Cargill and Naomi, the whole question of who attacked Jade Cargill, but I think we get the reveal at Elimination Chamber. Like, honestly, I still go off of what I said before in my original predictions video that we're gonna see something on the Jumbotron that reveals it was either Bianca or Naomi that attacked Jade Cargill. And if that's the case, shit's gonna hit the fan. But what I hope is that it's going to lead to the victor of the match. I was thinking about maybe it could start off the match with Naomi and Bianca Belair in the ring, or maybe Naomi's in a pod and Bianca's in the ring with Liv Morgan in the ring, something like that. And then on the Jumbotron, there's this big reveal that it was either Naomi that attacked her, Bianca that attacked her, or both. But my major issue that I have with this whole prediction is that beforehand it maybe made a little more sense that we could see Liv Morgan versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, considering that we have all that history going on between Rhea and Liv, and then of course Liv and Io have a bit of a rivalry going on right now. It makes a lot of sense that that could be the WrestleMania match. And it might still be, right? We might get a dual champion in Liv Morgan, or we might get Liv Morgan competing on one night as a tag team champion, and then in a singles match the next night. That's definitely possible. Sortally? What the hell was that I just tried to say? I had a long night, okay? The fire alarm went off at 2:30 a.m. and was on for about an hour, so if my brain ain't working too well at this moment, that's why. So while we could still get a triple threat match at WrestleMania, it feels more like we might get Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, or Naomi versus Rhea Ripley, or Alexa Bliss versus Rhea Ripley. Like, it seems like there could be different directions we're going in, and I wouldn't expect Liv Morgan to be the one walking out the chamber with the win. Which, honestly, is a little weird, I can't lie, because, like, Liv Morgan has been runner-up on so many things, right? She's been a runner-up in the Royal Rumble. She's come so close to winning the Elimination Chamber. It seems like this should have been Liv Morgan's year. But now that she's won the tag team titles, it's almost like they just said, you know what, we're not putting you in a world title program at WrestleMania. Here's the consolation prize. Now, that's not a shot at the women's tag team championships either. I do think Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are a great duo to run with the titles into the future, especially after what Naomi and Bianca Belair just did. Great tag team title run. So that really leaves me with more questions than answers, right? I'm going to go ahead and say that I think Bianca Belair is going to walk out victorious from this. I just have a feeling there's something going to be revealed with either Naomi or Bianca, and whichever one is revealed to have attacked Jade Cargill is either going to win the Elimination Chamber or lose the chamber thanks to Jade Cargill, and they're going to go on to have a WrestleMania match. I'm really hoping that it's revealed that it's both, because I would love a dual heel turn for Naomi and Bianca. If you gave me Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania for the women's world title, and then you did Naomi versus Jade Cargill, then that would be a great WrestleMania match as well. And if you had Naomi and Bianca running as heels, being just absolute dominant forces in the women's division, it could be some great television. So anyways, my official prediction right here in this match is we are going to see Bianca Belair walk out with the win, and there's going to be a huge reveal as to who attacked Jade Cargill. My money's still on Bianca and Naomi as a duo. So sticking with the women's division, we got Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Nothing's really changed about my predictions with this one. I don't think there's any reason for my predictions to change. I still feel like it's a lock that Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton are going to win. Trish is back in Canada. Like, let's just call it a spade, right? Trish is back in Canada. It's going to be Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus winning this match. I can't see Nia Jax and Candice LeRae going over. But that being said, there is a possibility Charlotte Flair could get involved, and that would be a way to be able to put a win on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. It's not what I'm expecting. I expect more so Charlotte Flair to show up after the match and potentially do some dastardly things to Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton, but I don't see her costing them the actual match. What I am hoping for, though, is I really need some heat on this feud with Tiffany and Charlotte Flair. I need Charlotte Flair to handcuff Tiffany Stratton to the bottom rope, fully turn heel, and just destroy Trish Stratus. I need Nia and Candice to be laughing along at the sides as Charlotte Flair is just like destroying Trish. Maybe locks her in the figure 8 right in front of Tiffany Stratton. Won't let go of it as Tiffany is just pleading for Charlotte to stop, to release Trish Stratus, but she doesn't. And that's how you just add some more heat to this. To me, that needs to happen. I think that is one of the big moments that should happen at Elimination Chamber to really get us on that road to WrestleMania. Tiffany and Charlotte is a big time matchup, but the story so far has been very one-sided, and Tiffany hasn't looked great in everything that's going on, so now we need that sympathy. Let's get the sympathy again for Tiffany, handcuff her to the bottom rope, and take out Trish Stratus. Now time for the unsanctioned match. We got Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn one-on-one, a couple of Canadians fighting in the Rogers Centre, Canada's most famous stadium. This is gonna be a war. I have been back and forth on this so many times. I don't know who needs to walk out with the win. Part of me is saying that it needs to be Kevin Owens because he just lost the championship match to Cody Rhodes, and that would help rebuild him on the road to WrestleMania. And the other part of me says Sami Zayn needs a win right here because, well, let's face it, Sami Zayn never picks up major wins, or at least very rarely does. And a major win on a PLE in Canada where Sami is beloved by the audience. Let me tell you, he is loved here in Canada. It would be a great moment. But also the heel heat that Kevin Owens could develop from package pile driving Sami Zayn, from actually writing him off of TV. Maybe Sami Zayn isn't a part of WrestleMania this year because of Kevin Owens. But this entire match to me is revolving around the return of one man, and that's Randy Orton. It will be a huge missed opportunity, in my opinion, if Randy Orton doesn't get involved in this match, whether it's during it, costing Kevin Owens the actual matchup, or whether it's after, saving Sami Zayn. What I hope is that, honestly, booking-wise, Kevin Owens goes over on Sami Zayn. My heart's gonna hurt, okay? You guys know that I'm a huge Sami Zayn fan. But if Kevin Owens beats Sami Zayn, that gets him his win back, that gets him his momentum back on the road to WrestleMania, but maybe he continues to attack Sami afterwards. Maybe he puts him up on the announce table, looking to hit the package pile driver, and that's when Randy Orton's music hits. Randy needs to return and save Sami Zayn. Either that, or he's going to return and he's going to cost Kevin Owens his match and Sami Zayn walks out with the win. Either or I'm okay with, but the idea of Kevin getting his win back is a little more interesting to me, especially with WrestleMania, if we're going to go into a program with Randy versus Kevin. So lock it in, all right? I got Kevin Owens beating Sami Zayn, and then the return of Randy Orton right after Sami Zayn's about to be murdered by Kevin Owens. I don't know if I'm allowed to say murdered like that, otherwise the video might actually get demonetized, but oh well, we'll leave it in. Because it's about to be a murder! So now we go on to the big question of this show. Will Cody Rhodes sell his soul? I mean, The Rock makes a pretty damn good case. I can't lie. Cody Rhodes is a lost soul at the moment, and he is just looking for guidance. He is looking for answers. Is there a freaking bug right there on my microphone? Nope, it was just a hair. But he's looking for answers. He's looking for some way to move forward in his WWE career. He's looking to work the John Cena schedule. He's looking to be one of the biggest stars WWE has ever had. And he's lost a bunch of friends along the way. And I love referring to Cody Rhodes as Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars, and I love referring to The Rock as Emperor Palpatine. To me, this is the greatest type of story that WWE can tell at the moment, because not only do you have this corruption story going on, yet you got this guy who's at the top of WWE, who's essentially taking over Vince McMahon's position, and then you have this champion, this beloved champion amongst the fans. But slowly and surely, fans have been turning on him. Fans have not been behind Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has developed a different way that he's talking. He's speaking really slow, so everybody in the audience can hear every word he has to say. That doesn't sound like a babyface, all right? I'm sorry, that doesn't sound like one. He sounds like a bad dude. He sounds condescending is the best way to put it. And condescending is not a great tone to have. It certainly is not a great tone that you want from a champion like Cody Rhodes. And The Rock sees that. He's in his head. He knows Cody Rhodes could be one of the biggest stars of all time. But Cody's got to get there. And right now, he's not getting there. He's faltering. He's failing to move forward as this champion. Yeah, he keeps winning big matches, but he's losing part of himself along the way. He's not the Cody Rhodes that won that title a year ago, and everybody can see it. He's worn down. This is adversity, man. This is true adversity. Real hard times. He's lost all his friends. He's got nobody there to protect him. And then here comes the final boss. The Rock, showing up, offering him the world, telling him that, man, I could give you everything you wanted. I could take you from here to here. I could give you 500 million social media followers, all the brand deals you want, all the money you want, set your grandkids up, set generational wealth up for your family. All Cody has to do is sell his soul. But you know what I need? I need something a little bit more with this story, okay? I need another reason for Cody Rhodes to sell his soul, not just The Rock offering him everything, because to me, that's not Cody Rhodes, right? That's not what Cody Rhodes is about. Sure, Cody is a good guy. Maybe he's got some faults of his own, but like he's not a sellout, right? That's one thing for certain he isn't. But you know what he is? He is a family man. He has a family at home. And can you imagine if there was a segment where The Rock was talking to his wife, Brandy Rhodes? Imagine if she was in the ear of Cody after that, where she's like, you know, Rocky makes a good point. Our daughter would be set up for life. She wouldn't have to work a day in her life, and it would all be because of you selling your soul to The Rock and being the corporate champion. And being a corporate champion maybe isn't all bad, man. Like, you know, you got all these great interviews, you've got all these great opportunities, you get everything that you could ever want. People would be jealous of you, but you wouldn't care because the money would be worth it, right? Cody's got to be considering it. I'm going to be real. I know I would. That's right. I would sell out my soul. I would take the money, all right? I don't need this YouTube. I'm kidding. I need this YouTube. But regardless, this segment between Rock and Cody at Elimination Chamber is going to be pivotal for the WrestleMania card. I don't know if Cody's going to tell him no. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say I think he will tell him no here at Elimination Chamber. Whether or not that's the end of the story is remaining to be seen, but that could maybe lead to Rock going out there and getting his own corporate champion. Maybe Drew McIntyre does win the Elimination Chamber, and maybe Rock chooses Drew to be his champ at WrestleMania. That could happen. So I'll say he says no, he rejects Rocky's offer, but there's also going to be something that makes him think about it a little bit more. That's my official prediction. It's a no right now, but it's going to play into whatever Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania matches, whether that's Cody versus Punk, whether that's Cody versus Drew, whether that's Cody versus Cena. It's going to play into that match in some way, or at least I think it will. All right, now on to the men's Elimination Chamber match, which is probably the main event of the night. It might be Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, but I'm going to bet that it's the men's Elimination Chamber. We got Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and CM Punk in this matchup. One of the most stacked Elimination Chamber matches of all time. And the winner gets to go on to WrestleMania to face Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Pretty big deal. But here's the thing, nothing has really changed with my predictions from the very first predictions video that I did. I still think that Logan Paul has a far shot of winning. I would say that he's very unlikely, but he's not as unlikely as Damian Priest. I would say Drew McIntyre also feels like he's right on that edge, but then after that, like Seth Rollins has a legitimate shot of winning. Probably not going to be him, but he's got a legitimate shot. Cena and Punk. It really comes down to those two. And this really all depends on what do you think would be the better dynamic. Is the better dynamic doing CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes with The Rock somewhere waiting in the corner, or is the better dynamic John Cena versus Cody Rhodes with, again, The Rock in Cody Rhodes' corner or something like that, or just watching from ringside? Both sound good. I think both would be a great WrestleMania main event. It's just more so, what do you do with the other person, right? If John Cena isn't in the main event, do you have him face Logan Paul? If CM Punk isn't in the main event, do you have him face Logan Paul, right? Like, Is it AJ Styles that faces Logan Paul? There's a lot of questions right now. Could Punk be dragged into that triple threat with Roman and Seth? Certainly is a possibility. And then that leaves John Cena wide open to go on to WrestleMania. And then you do AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Or if you do CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, then you do John Cena versus Logan Paul. And then who knows what's going on with AJ. A lot of moving parts. At the end of the day, I'm going to go with my gut. I don't think we get John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania this year, even though it feels like that could be the biggest match that they could do. The promos between Punk and Cody, those were must-see TV. The fact that Punk said he's going to stab him in the front is so intriguing. And also, I wonder if this favor comes into play, like maybe it's down to Seth and Punk, and Roman gets into the cage, spears Seth Rollins, allowing CM Punk to win the match, and then you do Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Like, I really need Roman Reigns to break into the chamber. I need that. So yeah, final prediction, CM Punk is going to WrestleMania to face Cody Rhodes. But that's it. Those are my last minute predictions for Elimination Chamber. I will be at SmackDown tonight. I will be at Chamber tomorrow. So be sure to say hello if you see me there. And we're also going to be doing SmackDown hot takes live from this hotel room. I guess not live, pre-recorded. You know what I mean. And then we're also going to do our official review of Elimination Chamber Sunday morning and also hot takes Sunday morning. So lots of great content coming up this week. So be sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following me on all social medias. That way you can keep up to everything I'm doing this weekend. And yeah, happy Elimination Chamber weekend, folks. We're on that road to WrestleMania.